Hi everyone, it's Kim Porter, Transformational Coach for Women. Today I want to share with you the 8 steps to grow your business as a coach, consultant, or a thought leader. So the very first one is going to be to create your vision. So when you're creating your vision, you're really making a GPS map for where you want to go in your business. So number 1 is going to be to create your vision. And I'll let you know at the end as well, but on my website at kimportertv.com, if you enter your name and email address, you can download my vision and goal setting workbook. It's called a personal power workbook, and the main focus is your vision. So you can do a 5-year vision or a 10-year vision. I did a 10-year vision when I was in my early 30s. Now I like to do a 5-year vision. So totally up to you. But your vision is, what does your business look like? It's to envision how you want your business to feel, because there's nothing worse than building a business that doesn't align with you, that you become really successful, but that you're working too many hours, you're taking on too many clients, you feel burnt out. So make sure that you're creating a vision first of how you want your business to look, and then start building the business from there. So number 1, create your vision. And number 2 is going to be to craft your story. Craft your story. So the important part of crafting your story is, what do you want people to know about you? What is it about your expertise, your knowledge, your skills that can help you kind of get your message out there that resonates with people, and that people go, oh yeah, me too. That's part of your story. So make sure that you're crafting your story. You're putting the parts in there that really resonate with people. You're leaving out parts that maybe you're just extra and fluffy. So you want to definitely have like a short bio and a long bio, but get your story out there, get your message out there, really start to share your story with others and see who that resonates with. So number 2 is craft your story. Number 3 is going to be create content. So this is going to be create content. Maybe a little bit different than what someone else would show you and tell you how to do, because they would probably right now say define your niche. And I'm going to leave define your niche to number 4. I believe that when you start, you think you know who you're going to be talking to, you think you know who you're going to be helping and solving their problem, but really that can change. I know for myself, I started working with makeup artists. I thought that that's what I would be doing. I'd been in the beauty industry for so long, but when I started to share my story, sorry, the dog is itching and she's like bringing her little things that sounds like bells. So when I started to share my story, I resonated with a totally different person. When I started to create content, I was creating content for makeup artists, but then I realized that the people that were resonating with me were not makeup artists or in the beauty industry at all. It was a totally different clientele. So I started sharing my story and creating content, and that helped me define my niche even more. So you can work on your niche at step 3, but really by step number 4, you should have a clear idea of who your actual niche is. Not just who you think you're going to be working with, but actually who your ideal client and target market is. So number 3 is to create the content first. So what are you a specialist at? What are you an expert at? How can you help them? Creating content with your blog posts, like written blog posts. You can do videos, you can do a podcast. So it's also social media posts. So creating content for your social media as well. Start putting stuff out there and see what is resonating with people, what people are liking and commenting on. And then number 4, define your niche. So you think that you're going to be working with a certain clientele, but then once you craft your story and start creating some content, it could be a totally different person. So at this point, you should have a very good idea of who you're resonating with, who is really seeking out your expertise. So when you're defining your niche, who are you helping? What is their pain point? What is it that you're helping them solve? So they've got a pain point that's what you're a specialist at. So define your niche, get really clear on who your ideal client is. Number 5 is pick your platforms. So number 5, pick your platforms. I believe that a website is still necessary. I believe a website is your hub. That's where your kind of like body of all of your work is. So I still believe in having a website. If you don't have a blog on your website, at least have an about page, a work with me page. If you speak, like having a tab on there about speaking. So having kind of a hub for where all of your stuff lives is still important. But with your platforms, you're also going to have social media platforms. And so you're going to want to have your hands in a lot of different social media, so you're kind of all over the place. She's really itching and going to town. Lilith, knock it off. She's been so quiet today, and then now, of course. So with picking your platforms, you know, I like to be a little dispersed and diverse, but you also kind of want to go in on one really hard. So that could be depending on where your client is hanging out. So by now you've already defined your niche. Where is she hanging out? Is she on Facebook? Is she on Instagram? Is she on LinkedIn? Is she on Pinterest? Like, where is your ideal client hanging out? And then you can start to pick your platforms from that. Facebook has not generated any coaching clients for me, so I stick to what's working. Instagram and LinkedIn have been working. So you kind of have to like get your hands dirty and just kind of play with a couple different things before you actually figure out what the platform is going to be best for you. So don't be afraid to kind of be everywhere a little bit, and then when you figure out what's really working, kind of go all in on that one. So that's your pick your platforms. You're going to have your, yep, I think I covered all that one. So where's your ideal client hanging out? So with number 6, it's going to be build your community. So with building your community, you're gonna grow your audience by serving over selling. I know in the beginning, we're excited, we're like really like kind of like hit the ground running, we're posting things and we're like ready to sell. We're ready to get some money in the door, we're ready to make this a real business. But when you serve first, you're actually building more credibility, you're building the know, like, and trust factor. So make sure that you're concentrating on serving over selling, grow your audience, build your network locally and globally. So when you are building your network locally, go to networking events, go to luncheons, meet people, find people on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram who are in your area and start building a community by building locally, but also globally. So you want to with coaches, we can serve people all over the world. With video, we can reach anyone. So a global audience, you want to focus on that as well. But it's nice to start local and like build small and then just start building local, national, and then globally. And then get on other people's platforms. So you can guest blog post, you can guest post on their social media, you can be a podcast guest. This is a great way to build your audience and your community to get out to more people who maybe didn't know who you were before. Number 7 is going to be gather testimonials. In the beginning, people are not going to know who you are. They're not going to trust you. You are basically coming on the scene and saying, well, this is what I do now, but you don't have any proof. There's no social proof. So you have to build your testimonials and your reviews and get feedback from clients. So in the beginning, they might not be paying clients. You may be doing this work for free, and in exchange, they'll give you a testimonial or feedback. And so it's a great way to start. I know my makeup business, I did that. I did makeup for free for a long time and built up my portfolio. My coaching business, I did the same thing. I just started working with people and say, hey, do you need help? Like, can I help you? And in exchange, will you leave me a testimonial? And that worked out really well because I got a lot of testimonials and reviews very quickly. And then I could get them from my paying clients, which was even better. So that social proof, you just have to start somewhere. So start doing a couple people, doing work for a couple people at first. And then once you start getting paying clients, you can get testimonials from them and just building that social proof up. So you're going to, maybe you want to be a speaker. You're gonna have to speak for free at first. You know, most of the time you're gonna have to get your feet wet and get confident in what you do, and then you can start getting testimonials and feedback from that as well. So grow your credibility and your know, like, and trust factor. So number 8 is gonna be to create your offer. So when you're creating your offer, I believe it's best to start with one-on-one. I believe one-on-one lets you really get with the client on a level that you don't get when you're creating a course or a membership, because with that, you're putting out information and people are buying it, but you're not always getting that language and the feedback that you get instantaneous with one-on-one coaching. I believe the language and the pain points that you get with working with one-on-one is invaluable to start building your business. And then once you get your one-on-one, maybe you're ready to start scaling, then you start doing group or courses. But one-to-one, you get crystal clear on her pain point and how you can help solve it. You really just can't beat that kind of information in the beginning when you're just starting out. So create your offer, know her pain point, know the solution that you offer, and put that out there, not just the tactical things that they get. So you're gonna get this call, you're gonna get this. It's also the emotional. How is she gonna feel once she hires you? She hires you, and then how is she gonna feel at the end when you guys have worked together? What is the pain point that you're helping her solve, and how will she feel after? This is invaluable. This is what she's hiring you for, and it's what makes the difference between a coach that's not getting results and a coach that does get results. That's how you're going to build your business so much faster. So that is your 8. Create your vision, craft your story, create content, define your niche, pick your platforms, build your community, gather testimonials, create an offer. Start before you're ready. Especially in the beginning, we can kind of get, I think it was Denise Duffel Thomas that said procrastinating, where we're like, oh, one more course, one more certification, one more. So know when you're procrastinating, know when you're holding yourself back. Sometimes we just have to just do it, start before we're ready and get our feet wet. And I think for me, I started on one path thinking that I would be talking and working with and putting content out for a certain clientele. And then when I started actually crafting my story, getting my message out there, posting content, I resonated with somebody totally different, not what I expected at all. So you're defining your niche. In the beginning, we don't always know. So just do the work, get your hands dirty, and then things will start to become clearer as you do that. So let your vision be your GPS. That's number 1 for a reason. You can go to kimportertv.com and download the workbook there. And I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me at info@kimportertv.com. You can find me on Instagram at kimportertv and also Facebook at kimportertv. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.